Like Joe Johnson and Josh Smith leaving, Steve, they still remain competitive.
Well, they always seem to have a backup plan in place for whenever a star player leaves. And really, this has been the plan all along, the foresight to create space and picks and cap room. They're trying to build something special here, and of course, it takes time.
For Atlanta, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Boston. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Last season, there were a handful of teams jockeying for that final playoff spot in the East, and the Hawks were right there in the middle of it and ended up snagging the 8th seed and then scared the Pacers in round 1.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And although the Hawks would end up being the only sub-500 team to make the playoffs, they put on quite a show when they got there.
Young with the steal. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook. Well, Atlanta was able to push Indiana to 7 games before falling out of the playoffs. Certainly proved they deserve to be there.
And they did it without being at full strength, Kevin. I mean, Al Horford was out most of the season with that torn pectoral muscle. And just to be able to put up that kind of fight against Indiana was a comfortable matchup for the Hawks. Shooting threes, spreading the floor, playing small ball. And they gave Indiana all they wanted and then some.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Gallinari with the steal. Young outside. Here's Petrovic, and he goes in for the dunk.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
The Hawks leading by 3. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Taken away. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. The pass to D'Angelo. The Wizards working the ball around now. Beal, the pass to D'Angelo. Shot clock at 5. Fades. Another one falls for Washington.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
The Hawks shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
The Wizards shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
So he gets them both. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Bogdanovich. Pass to Hudson. Beal against Gallinari. Beal pulls it in. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, Danilo Gallinari back in action after missing all of last season after surgery to repair his meniscus back in 2013. 9 months later, it was decided that he needed an ACL reconstruction as well, so it's been a tough couple of seasons for Gallinari.
And the first one at the line is good.
And for Gallinari, pretty mobile for a 6'10 player. But coming back from major knee surgery, that's usually a 1.5-year process. We'll have to see how that impacts his game going forward.
That one misses. The Gallinari that came into the NBA as a great three-point shooter, that percentage dropped year after year as he became, Steve, more of a slasher.
Yeah, and he might look to rewind and go back to that outside shot more as his knee takes time to get back to 100%.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. It's been all good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
The Wizards with the lead. And Beal kicks to Westbrook. Beal with a screen for Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. So it's the Hawks now. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Young passes to Hudson. Six to shoot. And here's Young from the arc. And the shot is good. Young steps.
But guys, I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 in total, folks. So this has been a great game. Both teams playing hard and really competing out there.
The Wizards have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Westbrook passes to D'Angelo. Here's Hart. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Kicks it to Young. Steps back and shoots. That's good. Now it's a 3-point Hawks lead.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Beal, that's for 2. And another miss by Washington. Hawks have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. A nice shot by Hudson.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Wizards trail by 6. There's the pick. Passes it to D'Angelo to end the run. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. The Waiters got 5 points now in the quarter.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Atlanta calls timeout. Is Smith. He's checked in for the Waiters. Young with no one around. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Park. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
Now, here is Smith. He kicks it to Beal. He feeds it to Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. Atlanta with the rebound. Petrovic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Bogdanovich kicks to Young. To the right side. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Defensively, they're really scattered right now, giving up so many open looks from the 3-point line.
Yeah, they are splashing them. Their last 3 buckets have all come from behind the arc.
Now here is Smith. Got a piece of it. And here they come. And that one's good by Petrovic. And it's an 11-point Atlanta lead. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
And he gets it to go.
Now they'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can get, guys.
Atlanta leading by 9. To the paint. Beal against Hudson. To the inside. The kick out to Young. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Young's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Now here is Smith. Feeds to Beal. For the 3. Petrovic with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Young dishes to Gallinari. Pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Petrovic. Again, the Hawks score.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Westbrook with it. He's got 34. The pass to Hart. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
So both teams making some changes here. The Wizards shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. Atlanta leading by 11. In low to Mutombo. The kick out to Williams. Back to Mutombo. And he gets it to go. Mutombo's got his first basket.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Now, here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He dishes it to Smith. Now, here's Thomas. Fires from deep. Mutombo grabs the board.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Now here's Williams. Dishes to Hill. Back to Williams. Rebound, Washington. And Clark, they're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think the clock is a factor right now, at least not yet. I mean, they don't need to change their pace of play. Keep attacking.
Yeah, I agree. You got to make sure you take your time, but start to be more effective and efficient with each possession. And you got to buckle down defensively.
Atlanta's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Missed inside. Wizards trail by 13. Offside Thomas. Smith outside. Lopez sets a screen for Thomas. Lopez a screen. And Thomas, here we go. And again, Washington, no good.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Here's Williams, and the rejection by Smith. And he gets it back. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
You know, I've always felt that video review was a great addition to the NBA rules, especially when it can have such an impact on the outcome of a game.
I agree, Clark, and very tough to tell on this one. We don't see a lot of these reviews, but a good percentage of reviews ultimately end up in an overturned ruling of what was originally thought to be a basket or not.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's Atlanta. They lead by 13. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And now a brief chance to view our State Farm assist of the game. It's 1 of 7 terrific assists on the night from Young.
And what you love about his ability to pass the ball, Kevin, is that it just seems so natural to him, so fluid. He's always in control, understanding where his teammates are and anticipating passing angles.
The Hawks leading by 13. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. You got the waiter, Glenn Rice Jr. out there at Vesely. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Thomas in at the point guard position. Second shot opportunity, and Hill finishes inside. Hill's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Atlanta.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Here's Rice. And Thomas, here we go. 6 to shoot. D'Angelo, the pass to Thomas. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Mutombo sets a screen. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. So both teams changing it up here. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And here is Mutombo. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. A nice shot by Hudson.
Had so much space there. He's just really not showing him the respect. You can see his eyes get wide.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Beal kicks to Thomas. Pass to D'Angelo. Kept alive. Goes back up. And the layup is good.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
The Hawks leading by 13. Young outside. Pass to Hudson. He's dashed the rim with a two-hand slam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammer him down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Washington calls timeout.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
The Hawks making a switch here. Petrovic checked in. Russell Westbrook in for Washington. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Here's Bogdanovich, following the three-pointer by Washington. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
But the margin of error is history.
Well, yeah, there's not much margin at all, Clark. I mean, they can't afford to waste any more possessions.
Tries yet again. Lopez. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Boy, they're doing a nice job, a really good job of getting second chances here. And that's a great way to cut into that lead. I mean, nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than putbacks.
Here's Petrovic. And the layup's good off the glass. Petrovic has got 38 points.
No way you can get back into the game if you continue to give up layups.
Westbrook drives in. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
The Hawks leading by 10. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Young up top. He's covered by Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bogdanovich. The three-pointer, no good.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
The lead now in single digits. And 11 points for the waiter.
Well, it's been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
Here's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Takes the 13-footer. That one a little long.
He has not been on his game, and, you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
Back to Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. The Hawks again can't hit. On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on a 14-6 run. Beal dishes to Lopez. Right wing. Here's to Angelo. Rebounded by the Hawks. Petrovic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Young outside. The pass to Petrovic. Makes the most of the high percentage shot. Petrovic has got 40 points.
This guy's putting on the clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Lopez, a screen on Young. Westbrook passes to Lopez. Back to Westbrook. Lets it go with a three. That's good. Westbrook's got 39.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
You know, he just isn't pleased at all with the looks they've given up defensively inside. So I think this timeout is all about trying to get his group to tighten up defensively.
They just don't look very sharp to me on the defensive side.
Bottoms, he's checked in for Washington. Pass to Petrovic. Fades back. And again, it's Atlanta.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Here's the waiter. Here's Hart. And he banks in the layup.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
The Hawks leading by 6. Young outside. Passes it to Petrovic. Rebound, Washington. Right side, Westbrook. Here's Pertinis, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Young against Westbrook. Bogdanovich, no luck.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
And Beal kicks to Westbrook. Now the dish to Beal. Westbrook passes to D'Angelo. Back to Westbrook. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 13-footer. And Washington again with the bucket.
You know, as soon as he got an opening, he let it fly. That was a big shot there.
Hawks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Looking to end his cold spell. He takes it up and lays it in.
been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
Wizards trail by 4. And that one, no question, powered it down. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Now, here is Young. Here's Petrovic. And it falls over the rim and in. Petrovic has got 44.
How about raising his game here in the fourth quarter? Missing just one of his 5 attempts so far.
Young against Westbrook. Westbrook double team. And Atlanta has possession. Gallinari dishes to Young. Throws it up high.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop.
And that's when you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He told his guys, be patient at the offensive end. Whatever we do, we cannot waste possessions with bad shot selection. He also conveyed very strongly that they need to not take chances defensively, saying, quote, going for a steal and getting burned is not worth it. Gentlemen, some late game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris.
Take a look at what Bottom's been doing. He's got 10 rebounds, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Good on both.
In a crucial spot, he is always so solid at the line. He rarely wastes those opportunities.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're up by 4. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter of this one. So it's Atlanta now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And Young kicks to Bogdanovic. Here's Petrovic. And the shot is good. Petrovic has got 18 points just in the second half.
I'll tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Now here's Westbrook. Here's Hart. The Wizards with another miss. And Young kicks to Bogdanovic. Here's Petrovic. He's covered by Beal. Offensive rebound. Pass to Hudson. Here's Bogdanovic. The feed now to Young. Hudson the pass to Young. Gallinari a screen on Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to Bogdanovic. And he swishes it right through. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Maybe the pressure, the weight of expectation starting to sink in now as he looks like he's second-guessing the shot, not letting it go with the same confidence we saw earlier.
Washington calls timeout. They're down by 8. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Westbrook against Young. Pass to D'Angelo. Lets it go with a 3. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Now it looks like he's starting to get things going here after that scoreless first half.
Westbrook against Young. Passes it to Petrovic. Here's Hudson. Here's Bogdanovich. Clock at 6. Here's Petrovic. Nails the 16-footer. Petrovic has got 48.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're losing by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, this one's in the bag. I mean, I commend them for really putting forth the effort until the very end. But this thing's over.
You know, sometimes you just have to throw up the white towel and let fate run its course so you can get on to the next game.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Now, here is Webb. And so the Hawks take the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.